On this special edition of Litter Media, we take a moment to talk with Brandon Smith. He is the president, CEO of the Scioto Society, also the producer of the outdoor drama Tecumseh and Haunted Mountain events. So we've got a lot of things to touch on here as we put a close on the season for Tecumseh this weekend. We'll tell you more about it coming up, but first let's let you see more about Tecumseh.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
You know, Brandon, as we watch the video from Tecumseh, the commercial we saw there, we're probably talking, 10 years ago on some of those shots?
A little longer, I think. And
right?
It always kind of, when I watch that video, I always get a kick out of watching Raymond throw that poor guy into the pond.
And Raymond hasn't played Simon Kenton for several years now.
Yeah, I think it's been 12 or 13. So
has it been that long?
Yeah.
Wow. But he's still a vital part of what you do.
Oh my gosh, more than ever. Yeah.
He's like glue behind the set.
That's right.
So,
yeah.
We want to talk about Tecumseh. Of course, this is your closing weekend, and you only have one Sunday show, and that's this one coming up this Sunday.
That's right. Yeah, we always do a Sunday show Labor Day weekend, or at least we have for the past 10 years or so. That does quite well. Most people are off on Monday, so it's another Saturday almost in that weekend, and a nice way to close the season. A lot of the kids will run off stage at the end of the show, take off their costumes, take a shower, get in their cars, and drive, because they will start school on Tuesday morning. So, yeah.
Right back at their normal lives.
That's right.
But it's been a crazy summer. You haven't had to fight with rain here the last few weeks. Well, it hasn't rained for like 6-7 weeks or so. But you did have a battle with it early on in the show, didn't you?
June was rough for the second year in a row. So it was either raining or it was just so hot that nobody wanted to be outside in June. So that was rough, a rough way to start. But then shortly after July 4th, the weather kind of cleared up a little bit and has been more on our side, particularly the past 2 weeks. We've had great crowds, beautiful weather, and that's going to continue through this weekend.
Yeah, I have to think that some of your new members of the cast experiencing this for the first time had to be quite the experience for them.
For sure, particularly these past 2 weeks, in the past couple of days in particular, when it's been 45, 46 degrees at night, and they have been used to it being 80 and 90. A lot of space heater sales at Walmart this week, I believe. So it's a great experience. Your first time. It's a totally new world. It really is like you've moved to a different country in a lot of ways, and you get very, very close with the people you're working with. And it's not for everybody. There have been times, including one this year, where people show up and spend a couple days and go, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm going to go home.
Is that right?
Yeah, it happens.
Seen that happen?
Yes. Yeah. Wow. But those who stay and are into it, one thing I always guarantee them is you will be a smarter, more skillful and more thoughtful actor when you leave than when you came here. And I believe that that's true for everybody who is here this year.
Many of the cast members that you audition, some of them had never done outdoor theater before. And this is an introduction to that atmospheric conditions that you have to deal with and everything. It's one thing to deal with lighting and stuff in a regular setting, but you go outdoors and it changes the ballgame.
Yeah. Yeah. I sometimes wonder how crazy are we as people who want to fight against that. But, when it's good, there's nothing like it. It really is an experience both for the actor and for the audience that is unlike anything else that you can do. The past couple of years, it's been really difficult, especially early in the summer. The record heat the past 2 Junes. So that's kind of a new thing for us to deal. We've kind of learned how to deal with rain over the years. The heat is a new one, but we're going to figure it out.
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, 8 o'clock is when everything starts. So you hope that by that time it's cooled off a little bit. But like you told me before we went on the air here, it's 120 degrees or so on the stage. And for the actors, fortunately, they're not wearing the makeup like they used to. But I would have to think that's just difficult to be on stage.
Yeah, so we have heat protocols in place, and so we're looking at around 92 is when we start thinking, that might not be great to send people on that stage. And when it gets above 92, not only is it difficult for the actors, but it's difficult for the horses. And it's not great for the audience, right? It's just not comfortable to be sitting there. So we've got a little weather station. We have it on the stage. We do it every night. And when we get up to that 92 range is when we start thinking about things. So we had that stretch of about 6 days back in early July or late June where it was 119 on the stage that night. Now by 9 o'clock, we probably could have started the show, but that's just way too long to wait. So we lost a show that night. And what is happening, particularly on our stage, is those big, I guess it's not in background right now, but it was earlier, the big rocks that are on the stage. Those are made of block and concrete. The sand is covering the whole stage. And so that sun beats down on that all day. It's like an oven, you know?
Yeah, it's absorbing it.
Yes.
You ever heard of a Hearthstone
yes.
oven?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you got to think about your folks that are performing the show, but also for the cast members, or not the cast members, but the audience sitting there. But I can imagine that, like right now, you might be running short on hoodies at the gift shop.
That's right. Yeah, it got to 52 last night or something like that. So hoodies and blankets, very hot seller the past couple of nights. Yeah,
that's a good thing. A good thing. If you've never been, or if you haven't been for a while, in recent years, you added the mining sleuth for the kids to participate in. You've had axe throwing that you've thrown into this as well. You've made it a total experience, including your backstage tours. You can go and spend 8 hours on the mountain in one setting.
And some people do, particularly with the trail that connects with Great Seal now. We do have people come and park their car at noon and stay all day long. If you're not into trails, maybe not that long, but the goal is that if we could get people to come at around 5 o'clock and spend their whole evening with us, then that's a win for us. A lot of that stuff is either free or, very inexpensive to do. You combine that, bring a picnic with you. We've got picnic tables, or you can eat at the concession stand. And it is a full night of entertainment it's not cheap, but it's a lot less expensive than a lot of your other options that can provide the same kind of entertainment.
And it's in your backyard.
Yep.
For residents who live here in Ross County, if you've not been to see Tecumseh, check your pulse.
Yes.
Because you need to see what's in your backyard. But a number of your folks who come from all around the Buckeye State, if not the country.
Yeah. Last year, I haven't done the numbers yet this year, but last year I think we had 32 states and like 14 countries who visited. We had a period of time right after July the 4th where we had a lot of visitors from overseas. I know we had a group from Sweden, a group from France, Germany. So a lot of Europeans were headed this way. To do the mountains, right? Mm-hmm. To do the mountains here in town, and also the other ones that are involved with the World Heritage designation, and then they do all the other stuff around that too. And of course, if you're coming to Chillicothe to do that, you're absolutely going to spend the night, and they're coming to see Tecumseh.
Yeah, and of course that means tax dollars coming.
That's right.
Businesses here locally as well. So the show is going to come to an end this coming Sunday. But then you're preparing for your second show of the season, so to speak, and that's Haunted Mountain, and an opportunity for people to go out and get the bejesus scared out of them.
That's right.
In some instances.
Yeah. So this will be our 10th year, which kind of blows my mind, of doing Haunted Mountain. A new show this year. It's the Mothman Experience this year. There's a lot of tie-ins to the Mothman story with Tecumseh. One of the theories of what the Mothman is that it's the ghost of Chief Cornstalk, who was killed at the Battle of Point Pleasant down there. So there's a lot of tie-ins, and we're gonna take advantage of all of those. The script for the show itself was written by a former Tecumseh stage manager, Pauline Krause. So she wrote the script. Very much looking forward to seeing it on the stage.
Now, in recent years, we've had like a one-man show, that sort of thing. What about this one? Is it more of the cast?
This is the biggest cast we've ever had in October. So there's 20 people involved in the show. And the trail, which happens after the show. So it's not quite a full company of Tecumseh, but it's pretty darn close this year.
So what, about a third of the cast?
That's right. Yep.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
we've talked about the subsidiary stuff that goes along with what you do on Haunted Mountain. So while the show's going on, will you have like the escape room and all that kind of stuff that you've done in recent years?
Yeah. There'll be an escape room again this year. Of course, we'll bring back out the 50-foot blow-up movie screen. We've got a whole movie series, and that's free. So people can come, even if they don't want to do anything else, they can bring lawn chairs, come and get some popcorn and set up and watch the movie for free. There's a whole list. I don't remember what they are off the top of my head because we booked them a year ago.
I was just about ready to ask you. It's a good thing you told me that.
But we have a mix of movies. So we try to do a third of them as very family-friendly shows like Hocus Pocus. A third of them are kind of classic horror films, and a third of them are newer horror films. Yeah. It was great fun last year.
Yeah. What was the response? I mean, it's fun for the cast and people to put it on, but what about the people that came?
Yeah, they had a great time. I think the two biggest films that we did last year were probably Gremlins and Little Shop of Horrors, and we had huge crowds for both of those. Right. Hocus Pocus did quite well as well. But yeah, it's great fun to. I think there's a drive-in theater still in Columbus on South High Street that's operational.
Sounds right.
You know, I remember as a little kid going to the drive-in theater, and so it's very much that kind of. You don't pull your car up here, but it's very much like a drive-in theater kind of experience, and it's great fun to see little kids and their parents, sometimes grandparents, coming and having fun at a film together. It's pretty cool.
Long timers around here can remember the Atomic, the Fiesta, and the Torch, and a lot of great outdoor drive-ins, but it's the same thing, just you're driving up a lawn chair.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. And you don't have to sneak anybody in your trunk because it's free anyway.
Makes a big difference, right? So talk to me about the trails, because you've had haunted trails before. I've walked on them. It's been a while since I've done this, just due to health reasons, but getting back on there, you better be ready to be spooked when you go back there.
For sure. It's scary. There are times I am involved with the planning of the trail, and then I kind of let Raymond and his crew build it because I like to go through it myself at the very beginning and be surprised at every corner. But we do a couple of things. The first thing is none of our actors will touch you when you go through, and we ask that people don't touch the actors as well. And the second thing is it's not a gore fest. You know what I mean? Like some of these haunted trails are just blood and guts, and we don't do that.
It's not the Walking Dead.
It is not. Yeah. We're very much into kind of the classic Hollywood scares. You are going to be scared, and there are things. And it's funny to me every year, the two questions that I get every single night are there birds? And I'm not telling you whether there are birds or not, but
you're outdoors. You can't control that.
That's right. Are there birds? And is there a claustrophobia room? Those are the two questions I get. I can promise you there is claustrophobia room, maybe more than one, and the birds will have to see. I don't know. We've actually tried to pull off a bird room a couple of times. It's more difficult than it sounds. So we'll see if it happens this year.
There might be a skunk, maybe.
That's right.
Some type of rodent walking around too that you may not plan on.
That's right. Yeah.
But the gift shop will be open and everything for all that?
Gift shop's open. Gallery is open. The concession stand will be open. They do a different menu in the fall than they do in the summer, but it's very much geared towards what you want in the fall. So they'll do hot cider, they do pumpkin pie, that kind of thing, in addition to all the popcorn and all that stuff. But yeah.
And we still have yet to get high-speed internet out your way. So
still waiting
for online ticketing, that kind of thing. But you can purchase tickets on your website, right?
You can, yeah. In fact, most people do. So tecumsehdrama.com will take you. There is a separate little website for Haunted Mountain, but it's right there on the Tecumseh homepage. So you can purchase your tickets online and all of that, but then you just pick them up at the box office. So we don't have the capability to have your ticket on your phone and scan it yet.
Forgive me, I forgot to ask you about the Shakespeare Night and also the Echoes in the Sea, how those performances were received this year?
They were great. It'd been a while since we'd been able to pull off a Shakespeare because of weather. It'd been canceled previously. So it was a beautiful night for Shakespeare. We had a great crowd. People loved the show. And of course, that show was free as well. I don't know what we're going to do next year yet, but there will be one next year. And then Echoes of the Sea, which was what I call the pirate show, written, produced. I mean, everything was done within the company. Was just really, really proud of everybody who worked on that. It was a beautiful product at the end, and hundreds of people came out to see it, which I tried to tamp expectations from the author and the folks involved with the show. I said, listen, this is a show that nobody's heard of. They don't know anything about it. We're charging for the tickets. If you get 100 people, that's going to be a win. And they did 4 times better than that. So it was great to have that kind of community support. People enjoyed the show. I don't know if we're going to do it again next year or not. We're probably going to do something with Caleb and his crew, but what it is kind of yet to be decided.
And I'm glad you tamped down the expectations, because you just don't know. And
that's right.
You put all that work into a show, and then you have the night and maybe, 25 family members show up.
Yep.
You still want to perform, but it's a little different if you've got 400 to 500 people in the stands.
It sure is, yeah.
It'll pick you up.
Absolutely. And I've had that happen to me 100 times, right? Whether I'm booking a show or producing something, and I think this is the coolest thing, everybody's going to come, and it's just a small audience, and it's kind of a bummer. But particularly in the nonprofit theater business, which is what we're in, you can't always measure success by how many people are there or if you made money on something or not. So sometimes you do it just for the personal fulfillment of knowing that you were able to take a project beginning to end. Sometimes you do it because you think it has artistic merit or it's saying something important at the time. Of course, finances are always going to figure into it because you have to make a certain amount of money to be able to continue. I'm 30 some years in this business now, and so I've learned to measure success in a number of different ways so that you don't get bummed out.
Yeah. And if you can measure it by the aspect of what people received it, how
Yes.
they received it, how they talked about it afterwards, then you know you got something on your
That's
hands.
right.
It was
That's right.
worthwhile doing.
Yep. Yeah.
Anything that we have missed?
So in November, we're going to have our bourbon thing back. It's a little bit different this year. It's not a dinner, but more of a traditional bourbon tasting. So I'll have 6 or 7 distilleries who are coming in. They'll set their tables up. They'll have several products through their line. You can come in and taste it.
And this will be held where?
It's at the Christopher Conference Center. Tickets are on sale now, tecumsehdrama.com. And it's the type of event where you don't necessarily come it's 3 hours we're open, but it's more of you might come at 6 o'clock when it opens and spend an hour, or you might come at 8 o'clock and spend an hour. So different kind of event this year, but down the same kind of aisle. There'll be a small auction, things like that. And then we're going to shut down for a while and take a long winter's nap.
But then prepare for next year.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. For folks who don't know, you started doing auditions at what point in time?
January.
Yeah.
January. So Lee Krause, our associate producer, will do an audition in New York in January, while Julie and I will go to North Carolina. And then we have 2 more, one in Memphis after that, and then Baltimore, I think, this year. So January, February, March, 4. Those will be our big ones. And then, of course, if there's anybody out there who's interested, go to our website and send us a video.
Yeah.
I think we cast 3 or 4 people that way this year. So, yeah.
Do you expect Tecumseh to return?
I do. Colin.
Yeah, Colin Smackhammer.
I expect you to return.
Look into his eyes right here. How was his year?
I think he had the best time. So listen, we brought meet and greet back on a limited basis this year. Colin was up there every single night. And just to see the smile on his face every night and how much he enjoyed talking to people, particularly when kids came up. I mean, this guy's the biggest softy when it comes to kids. And he's great with them. But it was a great experience for me to watch him develop through the year. And I hope that his experience was half as good as mine was.
And the reason that this was extra special is he's been a product of Tecumseh. And how many years was he involved?
I believe this is his 6th year.
So and he's like Matt Nelson was. He's done everything.
He's done everything.
Cleaned the bathrooms right up to being the star.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
It's a cool thing to see. And there is nobody nicer in Ohio than Colin Swackhammer. He's just the nicest kid, talented, smart, dedicated, and a great representation of not only our company Tecumseh, but also of the man himself. I think would be very proud to have Colin portraying him.
Yeah. Have you had a visit from the tribal nation yet?
We haven't this year, so they're planning a trip next year.
Okay.
But they're getting more popular in Ohio. They're going to be over in Xenia in October, a contingent for Tecumseh's birthday party over at the new state park over there. They were very involved with the UNESCO World Heritage designation. So they're in Ohio, or at least representatives are in Ohio, certainly more often than any other time that I've been involved.
Yeah. Chief Glenn Wallace was here when we were talking about the latter moments of the application for the World Heritage, and then to see her in Saudi Arabia with some of our local contingent there was really cool to see that all happen. So good to see them coming back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Always good to see you.
Thank you,
so
Dan.
much.
And thanks, Litter, big sponsor this year. I just can't tell you how much we appreciate that. And it's been a great, not only personal relationship, but a great business relationship too.
Litter Media, an official, how do we say this? Official media sponsor.
That's right.
Of
yes.
the show. But Litter Quality Propane also participating this year as a sponsor. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And if you've not seen Tecumseh, get your tickets now, because it's your last opportunity to see Colin Swackhammer as Tecumseh before next year.
That's right. That's right.
But he has yet to sign on the dotted line.
That's right.
So show him some love this weekend. Thank you so much, Brandon.
Thanks,
and
Dan.
thank you for watching here for this edition of Litter Media Live.